This week, I want to share something about words. Now, there are a lot of bumper stickers out there that you can now see on cars that would have been illegal just a short while ago. I'm not really happy when I have a four-letter word staring at me as I drive, especially when my kids were younger and they were in the car and they knew how to read. Well, some time ago, I saw this one and I laughed out loud. It read, "Don't should on me." When I got home that night, my husband started telling me something that I should have done, and I immediately repeated that statement, "Don't should on me." He looked at me a little confused until I explained. The word should is definitely a negative word in the scheme of things. It's like rubbing salt in a wound when we say, "I should have," because we know that we messed up in some way. And it's really discouraging to hear that word from someone else or to speak it over ourselves. Now, as many of you know me from taking my classes, I tend to prioritize the positive and the good in life. So I looked this up in the dictionary, and Merriam-Webster states that should is the past tense of shall. And the origin is Old English should, spelled kind of interesting, as you can see, meaning owed, was obliged to, ought to. And the synonyms for should are must, would, ought to, had better, had to, have a duty to, and be duty bound to. Well, I suggest that, we replace this word should with something more encouraging. The synonyms of shall seem to be more positive: will, intend to, mean to, be going to, or be about to, but they're in the future tense. So I suggest, or I pick the word must versus should when it comes to positive health choices. Things like, I must drink 64 ounces of fresh filtered water every day, or I must exercise 4 to 5 times a week for 30 to 45 minutes, or I must eat fresh whole plant foods for good health, or I must eliminate dairy and added oils. Must means non-negotiable, but without the guilt. When it comes to other areas of life, other words might be a better fit, like, I had better go to work so I can get my bills paid, or I ought to brush my teeth so I can keep them healthy. I encourage you, choose words that bring positive emotions and motivate you without a feeling of guilt or condemnation. Do you remember that old saying about sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me? Well, that's a lie from the pit of hell. Words are very powerful, and they affect somebody for a lifetime, either for the good or for the bad. There's an old proverb that says death and life are in the power of the tongue. So, my advice: speak life to have lifelong well-being. I'll see you next week.